Okay, I'm going to attempt, hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on, to show you how, when I'm almost out of thread, a way to add your next thread. Now, one of the nice things about the yarn I'm using is a variegated yarn, and it's kind of fun because it does hide the overlap a little better than if it was solid. But I'd like to give you some thoughts and some ideas that I've discovered over the time. Right now I'm weaving, and I found that I can see that I'm almost finished, but I see that I'm getting closer and closer to the reed. What I've often done is before I'm done, I know I have at least 3 or 4 more shots back and forth. What I like to do is I like to release the break and bring this up a little bit so I have some room. What I'm doing is I'm going to be able to weave this and then add the next bobbin. It's going to be all under the same tension, because sometimes I've found if I go too close and I only have 1 or 2, I have to move it forward, and then sometimes the tension is out of whack. So just one of the ideas that I have for joining your next thread. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm going to do. And go back and forth. Now, I came up with a thread here. Hopefully you can see it. And what I often like to do, well, first of all, I'll get the next bobbin, place it in the shuttle, and then what I will do is I will open the shed, because I'm going to be throwing the shuttle that way, and I will bring it up through, and I might come about 1.5 inches. Hopefully you can see it's about 1.5 inches in, and tug it a little bit, but not too much. Then next I will take the shuttle, pass it through, and if I have enough, I like to bring that just where it's barely going to stick out. And it's also as I tear the end, I don't cut. And what happens is when you tear it, it unravels just a little bit. So what I want is I want that little piece of yarn to go in when I move the beater. So I want it to right the right place, and close the shed, open it up, and I'm just going to keep on weaving. And of course this is tabby. Sometimes when you're weaving twills and other things, it's a lot harder to hide the yarn. It's also easier when you have thin thread. So there it was, I'm to that point, and rather than waiting till I'm finished, the other thing that I prefer to do is to hold it, kind of tug a little bit, go as close as I can to the fabric, because that will also allow all of it to move in. So that's my one suggestion. I'm going to go to another loom and show you another situation where the yarn is a little bit heavier and there's a pattern involved. Also show you one way of changing the bobbin and adding the next color. As you can see, I've already come back. I was fairly close. Tension is good. I still have some weaving yet to do. So what I'm going to do is continue weaving. And it looks like that was the last one. It didn't quite reach all the way across. I'm going to do what I did on the other one. I have about 1.5 inches overlap here. I'm going to change the bobbin. Now you can fray it. I'm going to try not to fray this time. The last time I did, I actually frayed it and it came out very thick because of the overlap. This is bamboo, 5/2 bamboo, and that's what's in the warp as well. So this time I'm going to try it without fraying it, doing a little overlap, and keep on weaving. Let's see how it comes out. Oh, a little extra. wind off there. Continuing the weaving. And do one more of the pattern. And this is where I'm going to stop. You can see where the one thread started out, and there's the other one. And what I like to do, as I indicate on the other one, is I like to cut the ends off now. So I'm going to cut this off, and I can even trim that a little bit. And you can see that all the way across looks pretty even. I don't see where it overlapped, and when it's washed and dried, you're going to even see less. You can zero in a little bit, and there you can see what's going on.